and Dr. Newman. The roster for your Lamar Junior High Warriors: number 1, Drake Makepeace; 4, Will Sanderson; 5, Braden Hubman; 7, Caleb Green; 8, Lewis Palmer; 12, Peyton Humphreys; 17, Gavin Edwards; 20, Zach Shook; 21, Noah Gleason; 22, Caden Woods; 24, Logan Kendrick; 25, Bradley Fowler; 32, Levi Horn; 34, Tyler Patterson; 35, Isaiah Day; 44, Jared Dahl; 50, Evan Bailey; 65, Isaac Vaughn; 67, Blake Vick; 71, Dustin Watson; 75, Aiden James; 77, Drake Bowen; 72, Basil Duke; 79, Joe Hilton; 84, Cameron Smith; 86, Eli Renfro; 11, Carson Hall; 56, Caden Ferguson; 62, Jonathan Bernard; Trenton Claus, and Grant Reiner.
If you're looking for the best health care in Johnson County for your entire family, then turn to Clarksville Family Medical Center.
The captains for the Waldron Bulldogs: number 48, Marco Mandraga, and number 51, Gage Cox. The officials for tonight: referee Gary Lovell, umpire Ed Vestal, headlines Bruce Burnett, line judge Floyd Sandlin. The captain for Lamar Warriors: number 24, Logan Kendrick. The Warriors have won the toss and elected 2 receivers.
Go down!
Oh, was she asking ours? Oh, I thought you were asking. Two in the morning, close. I don't like it.
Thanks everybody for tuning in to our junior high football game here at Lamar. Once you're headed to the game, you need to circle the schools, and when you think you went just far enough, keep going. You'll be in a cow pasture on your left. We found it. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll. Bulldogs come in tonight's matchup with a 4-2 record and 2-1 in conference. We've got conference wins over Trinity and Trinity and Mena, with a conference loss to Ozark. So we're going to start here. Chris Lopez is getting ready to kick off the football. We got the scoreboard set at 8 minutes, 0-0, and we're ready to rock and roll. We don't normally play a team that's orange and black like we are, but Bulldogs are in white with black pants, and Lamar is in a dark gray jersey with dark gray pants. There's the kickoff, that squib kick that we've done so well this year. Lamar covers the ball about the 39-yard line. So they'll begin with the football right there.
The Bulldog kickoff is recovered by number 7.
As the Bulldogs come out on defense, first possession.
It'll be 1st and 10 Lamar from their own 30.
One of our really good interior defensive linemen, Zayden Jones, he's out with an injury. So we're trying to fill that void in the middle of the defense. Lamar takes a snap. The quarterback gut. They went a heavy set, so there's no split outs. 44 is the quarterback. That's a traditional quarterback in football number. He takes the carry and goes straight up the middle. They had double tight ends, double slots. Just looked like good old-fashioned power right. Bulldogs did a good job getting the stop. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Goes in motion. There's a fumble on the ground. Ball's loose. Bulldogs are in the backfield. Ambrose Poor, Joseph Rogers, Michael Gabino all back there in a hurry. Brings up a long 3rd down. Loss of about 3, so it'll be 3rd and 13. Pretty obvious passing situation. Let's see what Lamar wants to do right here. We're going to stay in that heavy look. Double tight ends, double slots. Quarterback Going to keep it to the right. Good job by Joseph Rogers coming up from his linebacker spot, making the tackle. Kind of student body right. Quarterback sweep. 4th down, did not gain any. About 4th and 13. Looks like they're spreading out maybe to go punt. Chris Lopez is back to retrieve the kick. Low. We're going to take good field position here to start our first offensive drive of the football game. Football's down to about the 44-yard line as the Bulldogs come out and play offense. Braden Mays, number 18, leads the Bulldogs out at quarterback. We like to stay in that split back wing T look. Pretty run-heavy offense. Bulldogs come line. That's Joseph Rogers, Chris Lopez in the backfield. Kason Davis, takes the handoff. Doesn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks about like a loss of 1 on the handoff on the right side. He was hit almost immediately when he took the football. Going to be 2nd and 11. Got Michael Gabino split out to the left. Handoff goes to Chris Lopez on the right side. He's also met with some junior high Warriors at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 11. A little bit of a power look. We had our additional running backs on the right side of the football as well, trying to overload or outnumber these guys on this side. Similar lineup now to the left. Toss left, Chris Lopez. I believe he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 11. The Dogs are going to come on to punt.
First contact was by number 44, Dalton.
Chris Lopez back to punt. Quick kick. Cole Bailey's down there to force a fumble. Cole Bailey is our right gunner right there. He gets down the field, makes first contact on number 14 as he's catching the football. Forces a turnover right there, so the Bulldogs start again with really good field position. We're starting on about the 33-yard line. Get a handoff to Joseph Rogers around the right side. Gain of about 1. Lamar's done a really good job of stopping any outside runs and containing us up the middle as well. Braden Mays comes back to the huddle with the next play called by Coach Chambers. 2:54 left here in the first quarter. Looks like play action or quarterback keeper. I believe that's a loose football that's going to be recovered by Lamar. It's recovered by Lamar. I'm assuming. I think they're going to discuss it.
The tackle was made by number 1, Drayton Makepeace.
Got a timeout. Waldron's got a timeout on the field. I think we're discussing whose football it is. I don't know if it was a forward pass or ruled them down. But
It'll be 1st and 10 Warriors. Fumble is recovered.
Looks like they're giving the football back to Lamar on the turnover. It's first play on offense. That was the first attempt at a pass from the night. We went play action. Lamar had some guys in the backfield pretty quickly. Braden Mays rolls out to the left and doesn't have much going for him, and takes a big loss on the play and ends up turning the football over at the end, and see if the defense can get another stop. Another 3 and out right here as Lamar offense comes to the football field. Takes over on about their own 45-yard line. .224 left in the first quarter. 44 quarterback keep on the right. Quarterback power, gain of about 3. It's kind of a different formation. They've got a wing back. They've got a tight end and a slot back, and then they have a split wing on the outside of him, so it really helps with outside leverage or setting the end when they do that. But the Bulldogs have done a really good job so far of containing that. 2nd and 7 with 1:48 in the first quarter. 25 in motion. Quarterback power to the right. Definitely their go-to play right there.
The ball carrier, he was brought down by number 32, Payson Davis. Hey, out of the parking lot, we have a maroon Jeep Wrangler. The top's off of it, and your lights are on.
It's going to be 3rd and 1. I'm assuming Lamar will take 2 snaps at it right here. 1:20 in the first quarter with the clock running. Quarterback power. They like that play. They're getting some yards on this drive. The first drive they didn't have much success, but they're getting some success on this drive. That's the first down of the game for either team. Be a minute when the change gets set, and we'll be running the clock here in the first quarter. It's still 0-0, but Lamar's got their first down of the football game, and they're now on the 29-yard line going in on their half of the field. We're going to stick to that same similar formation. Got a sniffer back in 25. It's going in motion. Oh, quarterback power left. Pretty simple stuff. Their formation provides them a numbers advantage at the line of scrimmage. And so I would imagine that our defense is going to adjust and make sure that we get the same numbers on our side of the football as they have on theirs. However, when you do that, you open yourself up to any play action or anything downfield that you weren't expecting. 2nd down and 6 right here for Lamar. Ooh, we got a toss. We got a jet sweep action. Motion by 25 to a toss. Michael Grano gets off a block. Comes up Kason Davis from the linebacker spot. Makes the tackle. It's good enough for a first down, though. It's the first kind of wrinkle in what we've seen Lamar do, and that will be the end of the first quarter when they get the chain set. There's 1 second on the clock. They'll start the clock, and end of the first quarter, still 0-0. Lamar on about their 15-yard line. Going to push the ball in. Offensively, so far, the Bulldogs have not looked real good. Haven't got much momentum. We did force a turnover on a punt. Cole Bailey come up, forced a turnover on the punt. We did not capitalize. The next chance we got, we turned the ball right back over to them. So we're kind of put our backs against the wall defensively right here. See if we can come up with a big stop. Offensively, we're without one of our key contributors in number 22, Logan Young. He's suffering from a lingering injury from the last couple of weeks, and so he's not back on the field for us yet. He plays fullback for us, number 22. He does a good job of that. He's kind of part of our four-headed monster there in the backfield with Joseph Rogers, Kason Davis, Logan Young, and Chris Lopez. Bulldogs come out to start the second quarter. It's still 0-0. Bulldogs are on defense right here. 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line for Lamar. Quarterback power right. Another big chunk play, gain of about 5. Lamar can get a first down right here without actually having to score. So definitely their advantage on down and distance. See if we can get another turnover or maybe load personnel on that for that particular play and maybe get a stop on that quarterback power. Got big 71 right there, Aiden Allen in the middle of that defensive line. Quarterback power left. He dives forward. Looks like he's going to keep moving the pile. Looks like it's good enough for a first down. They'll signal first down. So now it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal on about the 3-yard line for Lamar. 7 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the second quarter. It was a quick first quarter. .25 in motion, 44 back up the middle. Looks like he's getting met at the line of scrimmage. It will be a touchdown. Just enough push from that offensive line. When you're on a 3-yard line, that's part of what you do. Punch the football in. Looks like Lamar's going to line up to go for 2. Pretty common in junior high. I don't know if you guys know this, kicking field goals is pretty tough. So most junior high squads opt to go for 2. Looks like that's what Lamar's going to do. I'd probably put a $5 bill down that they're going to run some sort of power with the quarterback. They're running a shovel pass. That should be an incomplete pass because it was forward. Should have been blown dead as soon as it hit the ground, but they let it play out. We made the tackle in the backfield. So it's 6-0, 6:44 left in the first quarter. Here in Lamar, Bulldogs are down 6-0. 6:44 left in the second quarter as the Bulldogs are getting set to take this kickoff. We have not moved the ball offensively. I don't even know if we've gained a yard, actually. So we're going to look to change that right here. Try to get some momentum. Especially when you run the football like you do, the clock tends to run. It's a lot quicker game time than normal. So we're going to make sure we have a good drive right here. 6 minutes left before half, and hopefully punch one in. That usually starts with a really good kickoff. So we'll see how our return is right here.
The Warriors will be number 8, Louis Barber. Deep for the Bulldogs, number 3, Chris Lopez. And number 5,
Chris Lopez and Keegan Lynch back to receive the kick. Little short kick. Chris Lopez fields it, looking for an opportunity. He's got an opportunity to go. He's going to outrun them. He's at the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Chris Lopez, we talked about it, taking the kickoff back, starting with good field position. He did just that. Not even sure if he was touched. Did a good job kind of being patient with blockers, setting the blockers up, and then he just simply outran them to the end zone. That'll make your offense look a lot better when you're putting points on the board without having to pick up first downs. So we're going to opt to go for 2 as well. So Braden Mays is in to take the snap. It's 6-6 with 6:31 left in the second quarter. Hand off to Chris Lopez. He's moving the pile and just falls up short. No good. The score's going to stay 6-6. 6:31 left in the second quarter. Good job. Explosive athlete, Chris Lopez. Patient with his blocker, sets them up, and then he just outruns them all down the sideline. Goes and punches in for the Bulldogs. Really, really helps out a struggling offense in the football game. Lamar really had to grind for that last touchdown, so hopefully we can force them to do that again and maybe force a turnover on downs. We've done that We've done that already. We have first drive of the game, we forced a turnover on downs. Second drive, we forced a turnover on a punt. So maybe we can have some more success right here. Chris don't get much of a break. He's still, I don't know if he even got to stop. He ran the kickoff in, got the handoff for the 2-point, jogs to the sideline, gets his kick and tee, jogs back out there to kick it. This is something new. When we watched him kick against Mina, he kicked it from the ground. He's using a tee now. I don't know if that was by design against Mina or not. Number 44, their quarterback, is back to receive the kick. It's going to be onside. Football's loose, and they recovered on the 50-yard line. So they've got a short field right here. Let's see if defense can come up with another one of those turnovers. 6:31 left in the second quarter. 6-6.
It'll be 1st and 10 Lamar from their own 49.
44 is bringing the play to the huddle. Wonder if they just number those plays 1 and 2 for quarterback power left, quarterback power right. Pretty simple. Good job. Good job right there by Gage Cox, number 51. Nose tackle right there, making contact in the backfield and getting them to the ground. Still got a pickup of a long one, so we're going to 2nd and 8.
Come on, D-line, get penetration.
Ooh, good job right there, Lucas Nix. Lucas Nix gets to the backfield along with number 48, Marco Mondragon. Both there. As soon as the quarterback come off that motion, they sent 25 in motion back to the right. Lucas Nix did a fantastic job right there along with Mondragon getting the backfield. So that puts them behind the sticks. We got 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 for Lamar. About their own 47-yard line. 5 minutes and counting here in the second quarter, 6-6. It's a big stop for the Bulldogs right here as we get lined up defensively. Looks like quarterback sweep. Looks like he gets to the edge. Got enough for a first down, maybe even a little bit more.
That was number 44, Jared Dalton. That's
A little bit of a wrinkle we talked about earlier, packing the box, forcing them to do something different other than power. That's one of the the cons of packing the box is you leave yourself open to the outside, especially in that formation where they've got so many guys lined up in the line of scrimmage, especially outside of us, outside leverage of us, so that's really hard to extend those blocks. Joseph Rogers come up off the edge and just missed a tackle in the backfield. Lamar picks up a first down right here. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Missed tackle in the backfield. We went ahead and made the tackle in the backfield. I'm afraid this is going to be a face mask. I think it might have been a face mask on Joseph on the missed tackle. We will see for sure, though. Oh, they've got a hold for us. Called a hold, so we're going to take the we'll take the penalty. So we're going to accept that penalty. Move them back 10 yards on the hold. It's going to be 1st and 20. 1st and 20 from the Lamar 46-yard line. Looks like 47-yard line. Gives us a little bit of wiggle room defensively. 4:24 left in the second quarter. Clock is resumed running after the penalty. Going to stay in that same formation. You might look at them extending it here with the sweep again. It's a little bit of counter-action trap. It's a counter-action trap, so they send one in motion to the right. They pull the right guard and right tackle to the left. They pull and kick, so the first guy's pulling and kicking the end. The second guy's pulling and wrapping, so once he hits the hole, the tackle is supposed to fill the hole and be lead blocker for the quarterback right there on the counter. similar play back to the right. Chris Lopez comes up and has a good hit. They get back to the original line of scrimmage, so it looks about 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9. Big stop for the Bulldogs. Looks like Taylon Bates comes in to play right end for us. We got Aiden Allen on that defensive front as well. And Nathan Canada at our left end. Got Steve Grano at corner out here, split out, trying to contain everything. 25 goes in motion, 44 power left. Aiden Allen's in the backfield immediately. He shed that blocker, got to the backfield, made the tackle, so that's going to put it 4th down. I believe that's about a loss of 1, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, so we'll say 4th and 9. Good job by Aiden Allen right there. He looks like a grown man among boys out there. He's a large fella. They gave us a hard count. We jumped off sides right there.
We have an offsides against the Bulldogs.
It's going to move it down. It's going to stay 4th down. It's going to move it to 4th and manageable, though. 4th and about 4, a long 4. Gave us the hard count. We jumped off sides. It's something they haven't done. Something we haven't done. They haven't showed us yet. They give us another hard count. We do a good job of holding on this one. Lamar's going to call a timeout. It's often referred to as a freeze call. So you'll give the quarterback a freeze call, so he'll go to the line of scrimmage and give a really hard count, trying to force a free 5 downs, 5 yards, I mean. And when you don't jump, you tend to call a timeout or check to another play. Play clock was down right there, so they went ahead and called a timeout. So it is 2:10. There's 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the second quarter. It's Lamar 6. Your Waldron Bulldogs are 6. Both teams have really struggled offensively. Lamar's had a little bit more success running the football. We've got 6 points on the kickoff return by Chris Lopez right there at the beginning of the second quarter. Both teams have some turnovers. Cole Bailey forced a turnover on a punt early in the first quarter. And then we had a turnover as well with a sack fumble. So both teams kind of battling some of that. Hopefully we see some good football tomorrow night as Lamar comes to Bulldog Stadium. 7 o'clock kickoff. It'll be brought to you on Waldron Bulldog TV. If you can't make it, we hope to see everybody there. But if you're not there, we hope you tune in to the live stream. Hopefully watch a good football game. My buddy Brett Stone at Ozark referred to this Friday as Separation Friday, which I think is really good. We got Ozark and Darnell playing, us and Lamar playing, and it'll be a real opportunity for these teams to separate themselves in conference. Come back 4th and 4. 44 keeps the ball on the right side. He's real close to the first down. Looks like he's going to pick it up. Nope, that looks like they're at least going to measure. Nope, they signal a first down. Go ahead and give them a first down. Bulldogs have really got to get a stop right here. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second quarter with the clock running. Is that? 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Clock's down to 1:45. Lamar takes a snap. Does a quick pitch to the front. That was 25 playing quarterback and 44 running in motion. 44 is traditionally the quarterback.
That's another Lamar
44 is traditionally the quarterback, and they inverted and put 44 in motion and 25 quick pitched it to him. When he pitched the ball forward like that, kind of a wrinkle in it is if the ball hits the ground, it'd be ruled an incomplete pass instead of a fumble. That's why teams tend to pitch it forward. Pop pass is another way they refer to that. 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line for Lamar. 25 goes, 22 goes in motion, 25 with the toss. Gain of about 3.
Woods was your ball carrier. He was brought down by number 32.
Gain of about 3. Casey Davis come up to make the tackle for the Bulldogs. Looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 7 from about the 8-yard line. I think that's going to be a false start on the offense. A little bit of early movement. 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Since the clock was starting prior to the snap, the clock will start as soon as the ball is placed, which helps the Bulldogs out. So the clock should run as soon as he marks the play, which should be any moment. We should be starting the game clock any moment. He just started the game clock, so 46 seconds left, clock counting. It's now 2nd and 11 from the 16. 44th, that counter play again where the motion goes away from the quarterback. Lamar's got a timeout. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. It'll be 3rd down. It looks like 5. 3rd down and 5 for Lamar. I'm assuming they'll get 2 snaps at it. 30 seconds. You really need to do a good job right here defensively. Bowing your back, not letting them get in the end zone. I would assume they're not going to try to kick anything. So you got to do a good job of containing. You got to understand where personnel's at as well. They really want to get 44 the football. So if they line them out wide, you're expecting him to come in motion. 44's lined up at quarterback, you're expecting that counter or that power play. 25's kind of their other guy that takes some snaps for them. So really need to understand personnel right here defensively and key on what you can. Make sure you get a big stop. 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. 6-6. Lamar is threatening though. It's 3rd down and 6. Let's see if we can find where 44 is lined up. 44 will be the quarterback. So I'd assume it'd be some sort of power or something. They've got a really tight overload set to the right. Deep snap, ball's on the ground. Ambrose Poor's back there. Ambrose Poor's back there in the backfield to make the stop. Excuse me, Marco Mondragon's back there. 17 seconds left. The clock is now running. Does not appear that Lamar is in too big of a hurry. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. We will definitely take that. That is a very good stop for the Bulldogs going into halftime. Keep the score 6-6. Lamar did take a timeout with 2 seconds left on the clock. Probably that they chose to do that because it's 4th down. Didn't want our offense to have any opportunity to score. Didn't want to put the ball in there and to punt. We've already scored on them in special teams once with Chris Lopez returning a kick. Probably didn't want to punt to us and let that be an option. So 2 seconds left on the clock here before half. It's 6-6. Lamar's got a timeout. Assuming they're going to run one more play at it right here. 2 seconds. You can't do. Wouldn't have any time left to take over. So kind of a all reward, no risk kind of play. I would not think they're going to put the ball in the air, but you never know. They might put the ball in the air and let us have an opportunity to intercept one. Even with running, I guess there's a chance to fumble the football and return it, but it's a pretty probably what they're mentioning in the huddle. If they're running a play is to keep 2 hands on the football. 44 is back in at quarterback. Direct snap to 44. He's going to run that outside sweep. Lucas Nix back there did a good job coming up, making the tackle out of bounds. That's going to be the end of the first half. It's going to be Bulldogs 6, Lamar Warriors 6.
Warriors 6, Bulldogs 6.
6-6 here at halftime. We struggled big time offensively, but we still found a way to score points. That's what good ball teams do. Chris Lopez returned a kickoff after Lamar went down and answered in the first quarter to get on the board right away. Chris Lopez returned the next kickoff. Probably about 65 yards, somewhere in there. Did a good job. Then we handed off to Chris for the 2-point conversion. He falls just short. Then he comes out and kicks the next kick for us. So we've ran him quite a bit. Like we mentioned earlier, we got a few guys sidelined right now with some injuries, and that's hurting us probably offensively, a little bit on our defensive line as well. Make sure we do whatever we can here at halftime to make adjustments. Offensively, Lamar's pretty simple. They're running their quarterback power kind of overload stuff. They've got a double tight end with a slot and a flanker, both in tight off the tackle, and so they're kind of running behind those guys. They like that motion to follow, and then they counter off that motion with the quarterback. Mentioned earlier, too, how 44 is kind of their guy, so they move him around. They run him a motion, run some jet sweep stuff with him, direct snap it to him in the backfield. So they've got lots of different ways to get 44 the football. We got to make sure at halftime that we address that and come out second half. For offense that struggled as much as we did to be 6-6 in a conference game at halftime's a pretty good draw for us. Defense has kind of been put against the wall a little bit, but done a good job at least making them earn it. Lamar's had no big plays. They picked up a few tough first downs, but other than that, we've kind of contained them and made them grind it out for the most part. And usually when you do that as a defense, good things happen. Some of you guys watched the Arkansas game last Saturday and watched a bend don't break mentality defensively for us. Barry Odom, for governor, he did a really good job making sure that we contained Mississippi State and Mr. Mike Leach, who everybody tends to like after he wins and tends to not like when he doesn't. Did a good job. So it's kind of the same deal here for the junior high Bulldogs, making sure that we contain, give up a few short plays, make sure we're rallying the football, getting the ball carrier on the ground with first contact, and then not letting any big plays happen over the top. We'll return to action in 8 minutes here on Waldron Bulldogs TV.
I'm not talking to that thing. Why? What do you mean? Why? I don't know nothing. What are you gonna ask me? Let me think about it first. What do you think you're gonna bring me? And can I stand right here? I don't want to be.
No, I'm not. We're going to return back to the field. There's a minute 50 left before the second half kicks off. It's 6-6 here in our conference battle between our Bulldogs and the Lamar Warriors. We really struggled offensively there, but Chris Lopez took a kickoff back, got some points on board for us. Defense is having to work really, really hard, making them grind it out, and held them to just one score, so that's always good. We got a big-time game tomorrow against Lamar at Bulldog Stadium. It's really a separation Friday. We're going to see where playoff seedings come in, and it's going to be a chance for us. We took a week off and kind of recovered from that heartbreaking defeat against Mina, and so we get a chance to come back against Lamar. Lamar's been scoring some points lately, and they've done a good job of beating who they're supposed to beat and putting this for a big-time matchup tomorrow at Bulldog Stadium. I'm joined by senior receiver and defensive back, kind of does all for us, plays the jack backer a little bit for us too, and a little bit of corner, number 20, Isaac Villarreal. What's going on tonight, Isaac?
Oh, nothing. Thanks for having me, Josh.
He needs to call me Coach, actually, but we'll address that later. What do you expect from Lamar to show us defensively tomorrow? What do you think they might do defensively against our kind of spread it out and force them vertical down the field? What do you think they might show us?
From what I've been watching on film, they're a little I wouldn't say laid back, but they're not jamming like we did with Mina. They're laid back. They're like in a cover 3, not jamming and all that. But, yeah, it's going to be good.
A little bit different look than Mina. Got a little bit of more of when you don't jam like that, you kind of are telling them that we're going to keep you in front, rally to the football a little bit more, not near as aggressive as the jamming at the line of scrimmage. So that's something that'll be a little bit different for us. Offensively, what does Lamar like to run?
They're just like the junior high. They like to keep it on the ground, run it a lot. They throw it every now and then, but mostly keep it on the ground.
Yeah, they traditionally they used to be in more wing tee, flex bone stuff, but now they're kind of spreading it out. But they're doing the same thing as far as running the football. Their quarterback likes to keep it on the ground a little bit. They got a really quick running back, number 23. He does a good job for them. Quarterback will put it in the air, but he really wants to ground and pound and keep it on the field as much as they can, and try to make sure that defensively you're staying home and you're reading your assignments and you're doing everything you're supposed to do. So, what's your score prediction for tomorrow night, Isaac?
Well, I'm hoping we come on top. I think it's going to be close, somewhere around 35-27, somewhere around there.
35-27. It's not as risky as Brigance gave us last broadcast with 90-0, but we'll take it. 35-27. You heard it here. Isaac Villarreal calling the score prediction. So if you can't make it to Bulldog Stadium tomorrow night, tune in on Bulldog TV, and you'll get to tune in and watch senior Isaac Villarreal hopefully show off for us a little bit. About to get the second half here underway. Both teams are on the field. We're going to reset the clock. We got Chris Lopez back again. This is our only scoring opportunity in the first half. It was the kickoff return for a touchdown by Chris, and so probably going to keep it away from him, and they do. They run a squib kick action right up the sideline. Football goes out of bounds on the penalty. Looks like we're going to have an opportunity to take the best spot. A kickoff cannot go out of bounds. A punt can go out of bounds, but not a kickoff. Not until we touch it. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 35-yard line.
It'll be first and 10 Bulldogs from their own 35.
Braden Mays comes back to center. Barely got the handoff to Chris, but was met in the backfield. Something that I know that Coach Chambers was addressing in the first half offensively was not waiting to get the snap off and allowing Lamar to line up to us. So right there you saw Lamar still shifting and calling their strengths a little bit, and we went ahead and snapped it. It's kind of twofold. You want to make sure that you're punishing defense for not being lined up, but at the same time it's really hard on offensive linemen to understand their proper block because you don't really know where everybody's lined up. So it's kind of twofold, but right there you could definitely tell they addressed that halftime. Chris Lopez takes the snap at quarterback. Runs sweep left. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Be 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. Braden Mays coming back out at quarterback is going to get the call from Coach Chambers. .6:43 left here in the third quarter, still 6-6 against Lamar. It's going to be roll out by Braden Mays. He's going to throw the football up. Nearly picked off. Pass was intended for either Marco Mondragon or Joseph Rogers. They were both in the area. Had to throw that ball up pretty quick due to some defensive pressure in the backfield. Lamar's done a really good job on that defensive line of playing in our backfield. They've got some good-looking kids down there, 56, 75, 57. Some big old guys. Chris Lopez is back to punt. Low snap. It's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. Still gets it off. Still gets a pretty good Bulldog bounce. Cole Bailey's going to down that football. Very smart play. Very smart play. Downs it at about the 45-yard line, right at the 45-yard line. Takes a Waldron bounce. Defense got to come back out and compete like we did early on in the football game. Keeping the ball in front, rallying to the football. Well, the Arkansas Razorbacks approach Saturday in their big-time win. Wouldn't hurt my feelings one bit to do that to Chad Morris at Auburn. Lamar comes to the line, 44 back at quarterback. He's their guy. Number 1 goes in motion, that counter action. 44 quarterback power on the left, picks up about 4. They like to run opposite of number 1 in motion, so generally when he's in motion, they run behind him. That keeps 25 pulling, being a lead blocker for the quarterback. Maybe something we could key off on here in the second half. 44 back at quarterback. Really odd alignment. It's going to be toss. Number 1 takes the toss, sets the edge. Michael Garano and Chris Lopez come up on the tackle. Chris from the safety spot, Michael from the corner spot. It goes to that formation when they keep outside leverage by lining up like that in that formation. Coach Scott Hyde at Boonville used to say formation them to death. He used to always try to out formation. You know, guys who's watched football know Boonville keeps it pretty simple what they do offensively, but that's a wrinkle that they like to use is that formation. That's kind of what Lamar's doing. Direct snap to 44. Quarterback keeper by sending that motion out kind of freezes the linebacker for a half a second. Makes your defensive end extend just a little bit. And then meanwhile, that leaves a gap or an opening in the zone for the quarterback to keep. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 for Lamar on the 35-yard line. 4:41 left here in the third quarter. 6-6 still is our score. Defense has done a good job all night of really making them churn it out. Maybe we can look to force a turnover right here or maybe get a big stop. I think it's going to be false start. A little bit of movement from the slot back on the right side. Officials on top of that. That's Mr. Gary Lovins, is the white hat. He is a Waldronite many years ago, but he is He's not been a resident of Scott County for a while, but he will remind you that he's from Waldron when you talk to him. He's been doing this a long time. Clock's running. It's 2nd and 9. 4:15 left here in the third quarter. Clock will run because the clock was running prior to the penalty. High snap on the snap. Got to the backfield. Number 72, Nate Canada, in the backfield, did a good job, made that first contact. 44 did a good job of trying to break the tackle, and Mr. Canada just wasn't having it. He was back there. He did the work. He might as well get the tackle. So he got him down right there. He's about half the size of some of these fellas he's going against and doing a really good job of that's his second tackle for loss on the football game, and puts him behind the sticks. It's 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 with 3:34 left in the third quarter on the 42-yard line. This will be a big chance if we can get a stop right here. One with the quick pitch on the outside. Cole Bailey at the corner spot. Takes that lead blocker, ends up making the tackle. They still got to pick up about 5, but it's 4th down. 4th down and 5. Ball on the 36-yard line. 4th down and 5. This would be a monster stop if we could get it right here. Previous situations, they've ran that outside sweep with the quarterback. I got a feeling 44 is going to have the football in his hands. He's back at quarterback. 25 and 22 are the sniffer backs on the right. They run that counter action. We're back there, make the tackle. Looks like just about a gain of 2. It's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bulldogs. That's a big-time defensive stop, something we've really put ourselves in position to do all game, and we finally got one. We got one the first drive of the game. We got one the first drive of the third quarter of the second half. Done a good job. Offense comes back out. We've got to find some yards offensively. We have not moved the football very well. Braden Mays back in at quarterback. Got Joseph Rogers and Kason Davis at our wing backs and Chris Lopez at the fullback. Michael Grano split out at receiver. Kason Davis got some wheels on him. He's going to outrun him. Toss left. Makes the guy miss in the backfield and outran him. 56 for Lamar, defensive end, got back there. Kason Davis made a guy miss. He is pretty quick in the open floor, and he just outruns them. Sweep left, outruns them, puts the Bulldogs up 12-6 with 2:17 left in the third quarter. Dude is a big athlete. He's going to play some basketball for us. When it gets too cold to play football, he's going to move in the gym, play some basketball for us. Does a really good job for us. He was definitely had a lot to learn as a 7th grader and ended up contributing to us last year on a conference championship team. So going to be a big year for him. He goes in motion. That's going to be offsides on the defense. It's going to be encroachment on the defense. Nose tackle got in the backfield, made contact prior to the snap. So it's going to go half the distance to the goal, so that'll be about the 1.5-yard line. Going to look to punch it in. Coach Chambers is going to signal in a new play to Bryson Mays. Going to look to run it. Looked like that was going to be a handoff to Kason Davis as well. He's about 6'3", and I think he grows every day, so I wouldn't mind handing it off to him and just letting him reach the football out. That's how they used to do it back in the day. Line up Chris and Kason in the backfield. Take that toss to Chris Lopez. He's going to put his head down. Looks like he's going to battle and just come up short. Just come up short of the goal line. That's going to make it 12-6 Bulldogs. 2:17 left in the third quarter here at Lamar Stadium. Lamar Field. Lamar/Cal Field. It's 12-6 Bulldogs. Have not moved the football very well offensively. We have 2 big plays and 2 big scores, and the rest is they've done a good job. Two big plays offensively have got us some points. Chris Lopez is back out to kick the football out. Defense has done a good job. They've had their backs against the wall for the most part on the night. Given up 1 score. We've given up some yards and some first downs, but just 1 score. Then we forced 2 turnovers and downs, and then we forced a punt. That resulted in a turnover that was forced by Cole Bailey early on in the football game. Chris Lopez did kick it off. Short kick, fielded in the air. Did a good job getting to the football, wrapping up. That's Noah Patrick. That is Noah Patrick on the tackle. And Connor Marcellus also. It's a good job by Cole Patrick right there. He's a basketball player for us as well. He'll come to the gym and join us. He's also a really good freshman high school golfer. Hopes he can help us contribute on the course next year. He's lined up at corner now. He's got to keep that contained. 44 with the quarterback power. Much better job defensively right there. It's back to number 51, Gage Cox on the stop. Kason Davis was also there to make a tackle. Did a good job containing them. Nate Canada has done a good job for us the whole night on the left end. We also have William Ashley in there at nose tackle. With a name like that, you know, destined to be great. It's got that heavy load to the left, 22 in motion, quick toss to 22. Really doing a good job of extending it. Good job by Keegan Lynch at right corner right there, 8th grader Keegan Lynch, extending the play. Anytime you're on outside leverage, you want to keep outside leverage, force the football to have to put a foot in the ground and come back. There's 10 guys running should be 10 guys running the football inside of you, so you really want to keep that contained, force the ball to go back inside of you at the corner spot. So now it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. They went hard count earlier on us, so we need to make sure we're watching the football. 3rd and 2, about the 49-yard line. Quarterback power, he's got enough for the first down. He's going to fall forward for a gain of about 5. It's going to move the chains. Be a new 1st and 10 for Lamar on their 45-yard line. Again, defense has bent all night, gave up some yards, but not really any big plays, which has been the difference in the game. We've got 2 big plays. They don't have any big explosive plays, and that's kind of the difference in the score. They've moved the ball a lot better than us offensively, but with those 2 plays and us giving up none's made the difference. 25 in motion, 44 is going to follow him. Back to that power look. Man, they are moving. They moved our line of scrimmage several yards down the field. Our defense has been on the field a lot more than our offense has. So a lot of these guys play both sides of the football, but definitely getting a little winded right here. 7 seconds left before the 4th quarter starts. Let's see if Lamar can get the snap off. They did get the football off. I don't know if it was before the clock struck 0, but we'll take it. It's a 1st down. 1st down for Lamar. Did a good job making the tackle. It's going to be the start of the 4th down. It'll be the start of the 4th down. Your Bulldogs are leading 12-6. 12-6. We've had 2 big plays. Lamar struck first with a long touchdown drive, punched it in at the end zone. The next kickoff, Chris Lopez took it to the house, untouched, about 65 yards, took it to the house to tie the score up at 6-6. 2-point conversion failed. We then tried to bend, don't break again defensively and did a good job. Ended the half with a big-time stop. They was down on about the 15-yard line and had 4 downs to get it, and we held them. Ended up turning them over, got a snap over the quarterback's head, got to the backfield, had a big loss play right there. Start the second half. We run toss left to Kason Davis. Still, up until this point, have not moved the football real well. He makes the guy miss in the backfield and goes and takes it to the house. So the Bulldogs are leading 12-6. Both teams are running the football, so the quarters are going by really, really quick. So we need to make sure that we control the clock and understand that. Offensively, we need to do everything we can. It's going to start with a big stop right here. I'd like to give a shout-out to everybody watching. We got several viewers on, and I know one pretty little girl who's watching, Sailor. Sailor's at Lolly and Pops right now, tuning in to watch some Bulldog football. As the snap goes to the backfield, we'll be down. That's a loss of about 10. About 14 on the tackle on the lost snap. But Sailor's watching. I guarantee she's cheering on the Bulldogs with her Lolly and Pop, as well as you guys should. It's 12-6 here. Bulldogs are leading. 7 minutes and 31 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 22 on the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 22. Lamar has not put the ball in the air, so I bet we're going to see some sort of outside sweep by the quarterback. 44's fakes the toss, keeps on the right. Really, really good job. That's Noah Patrick. That's Noah Patrick and Gage Cox right there in the backfield. Did not go for the fake, did a good job crashing down the line of scrimmage. Noah Patrick come from his corner spot. Gage come from the tackle spot. Got a big-time stop to keep it at 3rd and 22. 3rd and 21. Looks like 44's coming up a little bit. Looks like he's limping or cramping. I can't really tell. It's a big-time play. Get the football back right here, and you pick up a 1st down or 2, and it really changes the amount of time that Lamar's got to hold the football and try to go down and score. Get Coach Lazenby and his defense discussing long 3rd down and 22 right here on the 43-yard line. It's going to be a big-time play for us when we come back. Like I said earlier, I hope everybody can tune in tomorrow night on Waldron Bulldog TV. If you can't make it to Bulldog Stadium, big-time matchup. There's only 2 conference games going on tomorrow, so all eyes are going to be on us and Lamar, and then Ozark and Dardanelle was recently rescheduled from a canceled game earlier in the season, so that'll be another matchup that's going on in conference. Dover and Mena has been canceled due to COVID reasons, so this is kind of the game that everybody's watching. Pottsville's had COVID complications, so they're not playing as well, so it'll be a big-time game. I hope lots of you guys can tune in tomorrow and hopefully see the Bulldogs take care of business. 44 back at 25 back at quarterback, and they're going to throw it. 25 has ran 2 snaps at quarterback. They're not scared to let him throw it. 44 come up a little gimpy in that previous play. Officials timeout, injury timeout. 25 comes in to take the snap, and he looks to throw it. Looks like they're spreading out again as well. They have not done this thus far. It's 4th and 21. 4th and 21. I'm assuming they're punting. Big number 84 down here at Gunner. Number 8's the punter. He gets it off. It's going to take a Lamar bounce. Going to be down. Going to be down about the 11-yard line. 6:31 left here in the 4th quarter. The Bulldogs have got to pick up a couple 1st downs right here. If you pick up a couple 1st downs, it almost helps to decide the football game, at least smooth the change. You really don't want to give it back to them or have to punt to them on their half the field. Lamar did a good job of flipping the football field right there. Outside of 2 explosive plays, we've really struggled. Offensively, we've got 1 explosive play on our last drive. Make sure we get some 1st downs. Let that clock run. Braden Mays takes the handoff, gives it to Kason Davis. Similar play to what we scored on earlier around the right side. He gets tackled about the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit behind. It'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 with 6:10 left in the 4th quarter. The clock's running. The play clock's at 28 seconds. We're going to go ahead and send the play in. I'd make sure that play clock's running as long as possible. Lamar's not going to beat you in the air, so they've got to kind of grind it out too. So you really don't want to give them any time. Clock's running. It's down to 5:50. Joseph Rogers in motion. It's going to be tossed right. Defense is already in the backfield about the time he catches the toss. It's going to be 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. Coach Chambers is signaling the play back in. 5:25 and running. Play clock's down to 25 seconds. Like we said earlier, probably let that run down the best we can. Outside of that 1 offensive explosion play on the toss left to Kason, it's been pretty stagnant. We've tried inside, we tried outside, we tried putting the ball in the air a few times. We just cannot move the football. Toss right to Kason. Looks like he's got some, He laid a little bit of a lick there at the end. It's going to be 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1. That's a good job right there, Kaysen. Picking up as many yards as he can. Clock's at 4:44 and running. I would think you were going to see the play clock run down to 0 and us call a timeout if I had to guess. Looks like that may be what we're doing over here. Braden Mays is still getting the play from Coach Chambers here on the side. 10 seconds, 10 seconds on the play clock. Looks like we're going to call a timeout. Clock should be at about 4:15. 4:15 is what the clock's going to be out on the timeout. 4th down and 1. You're on your half the field. It's a tough decision right here for the coaches. We haven't moved the football too well, but if you can pick up a first down right here, it goes a long way to letting that clock run. On the other side of things, you can punt the football and maybe get a good roll, or maybe force another turnover like we did earlier on the punt coverage and force Lamar to have to go 50 yards for a score. They've only got one score on the game, and they've drove several times, but we've ended up bowing our back on the goal line there in the first half or getting a turnover on downs. They've made a few mistakes offensively with snaps. I would assume we're going to go for it, though. Looks like the offense is coming back out there. It's a big-time conversion. It's a short field if we don't convert, so big-time risk-reward move right here. See if we can punch it forward. We got everybody in the box. Lamar's got everybody in the box. It's a tough display. Go hard count. Go hard count. Let them jump off sides. That's going to be a first down. The clock's at 4:15. It will not run prior to the chains being set because it was not running prior to the penalty. Earns us a new four downs right here. It's a good decision right there by Coach Chambers. Good job by Braden Mays really selling the hard count. Used to call that the old double hut back in the day. Joseph Rogers running in motion, gets the toss right, fumbles the football, picks it up, needs to keep 2 hands on it. It's a loss of about 8 on the play. It's going to be second. It's going to be 2nd and 18, I believe, on the 15-yard line. 2nd and 20 maybe on the 15-yard line. Clock is running, though. It's 3:49 now. I believe Lamar's got 2 timeouts left, as well as the Bulldogs. Need to get something moving forward right here. We've put ourselves back to the 15-yard line. You don't need a turnover. Probably don't need to try to scoop anything and just get on the football. Hand off to Chris Lopez. He's immediately met in the backfield. He's doing a really good job of pushing the pile. He comes out on the other side of it. That's a gain of 8. It looks like we're calling a timeout. No, Lamar's calling timeout. Stop the clock. 3:21 left here in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs are up 12-6. Bulldogs are up 12-6. It's going to be 3rd down and 14 on our 21-yard line. I don't know if you got 2 downs to get it this time like we did last time, unless it's a manageable situation. But you really want to get a big chunk of that right here on 3rd down. At least force them to make a decision and have to cover both options or be ready for both options. Clock is definitely our friend. We want to make sure we're doing everything we can for the clock to run. It's going to start on the snap right here coming out of the timeout. Make sure I would assume we're going to keep the football on the ground, let the clock run. Lamar's down to 1 timeout. 1 timeout, which will factor in big time to the deciding minutes of this football game. Braden Mays comes to the line of scrimmage. Joseph Rogers in motion. Hands off to Chris Lopez. Lamar just called their last timeout. Some confusion on that last play. Not really sure what happened. It's 4th and 14 with 3:13 left in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs are up 12-6. It's a little bit of a game management situation. You don't get a ton of those throughout the season, especially in junior high football, but that's a chance where 2 teams are, I don't know if we're evenly matched or got similar struggles, but we have an opportunity right here to work on some game management. We have 2 timeouts left. Lamar's down to 0. Lamar's not going to put the football in the air if I had to guess. So 44 was out. Their quarterback was out at the end of that last series. It'll be interesting to see if he comes back to join him for this next drive. Chris Lopez is back to punt. Noah Patrick is the up back. Lamar has nobody deep. Lamar has nobody deep, so they're going for it. Chris gets the kickoff. It's going to roll. Cole Bailey's going to cover the football. Let the clock run. Let the clock run. Did a good job covering the football. 3:06 left in the fourth quarter. We flipped the football field, which is, if you can't get first downs, that's what you want to do. You want to give your defense an opportunity. Defense has played very well for us for the most part tonight. They gave up some plays, a couple first downs, but nothing major. Forced a couple turnovers. It's another one of those situations. 3:06 left. Lamar is out of timeout, so you want to do everything you can not to have to burn one yourself. Clock is running at 3 minutes. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs up 12-6. Number 1 in motion. 44 is back in the football game. Keeper on the right. Kason Davis comes up to make the play. Chris Lopez comes up from the safety spot to make the play. It's going to make it, clock keep running, 2:45. It's going to make it 2nd down and 7. Keegan Lynch coming off the field right here. Cole Bailey back in at left corner. Chris is at safety. Run that toss to the receiver. Cole Bailey comes up, makes a big-time tackle in the backfield. They ran a toss sweep right to his side. He reads it, immediately comes up the field. The toss was a little bit behind number 1 right there, so he had to make an adjustment. Cole Bailey did a really good job coming in. 2:15 left and counting. It is 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. Tempo's changing. Fake the toss. 44's got the football. Marco Mondragon, 48, coming up to make the tackle. It's getting a little bit loud here in Warrior Stadium. Bulldogs have a big 4th down and 6. Clock is running. 1 minute, 55 seconds. Lamar is out of timeouts. They're trying to push it. If you get a stop right here on 4th and 6, it decides the football game. You might see a hard count right here. 25 in motion. 44 is keeping it on the power. Looks like we're going to stand them up. It's right at the line of scrimmage. It is right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to spot him right at the yard marker. That's something you really want to see the whistle blown. That's a safety thing. That's a player safety thing. It looks like they're going to measure. That's a tough spot. That's a tough spot when we don't blow the whistle. It's one of those that goes against you. If you fumble it, they say his momentum will stop. But if you don't blow the whistle, then they'll let them keep pushing the pile. Several years ago, that was a player safety thing. You weren't allowed to push the pile. You can now allow that. They're going to measure it. It's going to be a big-time measurement for us. 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's going to come down to this measurement. Looks like Lamar's going to have it. Coach Lazenby's wanting to know about when he stood up. I mean, that was a long time without a whistle. A long time without a whistle. I'm on Coach Lazenby's side. We're going to bow up right here though and get it. It's going to be minute 32 seconds left. Clock's running. Deep snap. Ball's in the backfield. He goes down. I think that might have motivated us a little bit. It motivated Greg Ains up here. He didn't much care for that call, so he's on our side. I'll take him. It's going to be a minute 14. Clock's running. 2nd and 20. We're getting lined up. Lamar's got to go quick. Looks like they're going to throw it over the top. Catch the pass. Goes out of bounds. That will stop the clock with 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. 1 minute and 1 second left in the fourth quarter. They're still behind the sticks. It's 3rd and 14, I believe. That's their first completed pass of the ball game for Lamar. If you see the camera shaking, it's just some Bulldog fans getting a little rowdy. That's all right. We don't frown upon that. Aiden Allen's getting a quick breather as Joe Slater comes into the football game. 25 is back in at quarterback. He's their better passer of the two quarterbacks. We're going to put the football in the air. Number 1 just drops it. Just drops it. Chris Lopez on the coverage. That was a flood concept to a corner route. Number 1 just had his hands on the football and just could not come up with the play. That does stop the clock. 56 seconds left in the game. It is 4th and 16. It is 4th and 16. It is 4th and 16.
Go, let's go.
We need to make sure that we cover the pass. 25 is the better thrower of the two quarterbacks. He's back in at quarterback. Probably a rollout or maybe even a similar play. Straight drop back. Throw the ball over the top.
There you go.
No!
No way. No way. You're both going for the ball.
Late flag. There's a flag up here at the line of scrimmage. There's a flag deep in the secondary.
He has the right to the ball.
I don't know if I. We'll see what they call right here before I start guessing. There's 2 flags on the play, so if one is against Lamar and one is against us, they will offset. So that will be a turnover on downs.
That's terrible.
Oh, replay the down. Replay the down. So it's going to be 4th and 16 again. 50 seconds left here. It's going to come down to this one play. The Bulldogs are up 12-6 on Lamar. 4th and 16 on their own 49-yard line. They're going to put the ball in the air. We've got to be there in coverage. I thought we were there the last time, the play before, we didn't really have them covered. 25's back in at quarterback. He's the better thrower of the two quarterbacks. Looks like we got the quarterback's hand to start. That play is batted down. It's going to be a turnover on downs. The Bulldogs are going to take over. 44 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The Bulldogs leading 12-6. 44 seconds left in the football game. Lamar is out of timeouts. Waldron's got 2 timeouts. Looks like we just called one right there. Make sure we get the best situation in. This is a situation where you're going to go victory formation, I'm assuming, with Lamar's inability to stop the clock. You want to make sure that you take a knee on it, secure the snap, do everything you can, hold on to the football, take a knee. The offensive line's got to make contact initially at the snap, hold their ground, let the snap happen. This is kind of a weird situation because the play clock's at 25 seconds or 40 seconds should be after immediately spotted. So I don't know if we'll have to take 2 knees or if he's going to scramble a little bit before he takes a knee. We'll see right here. Braden Mays back in. Chris Lopez will be the safety back. So that'll be the guy behind the snap, behind the quarterback in case for some reason we fumble it. He's there to make the tackle. We're powerhousing with our backs at the line of scrimmage. You want to get the snap, secure it, go down. Lamar did a good job getting the backfield. Clock's going to run. 38 seconds and ticking. They have not reset the play clock, so that should be the ball game. That should be the ball game.
Don't snap it. Go to the sideline. Let it run, guys. Let it run.
If I was the Bulldogs, I'd be pulling them over to the sideline, celebrating the win. Ball game is over. There's 10 seconds left and 14 on the play clock, so we don't have to snap it again. The Bulldogs are going to come away with the victory, 12-6. Conference win. That moves us to 3-1 in conference. The Bulldogs will take on Pottsville next week, assuming that Pottsville will be healthy and ready to go next week. It's a big-time win for the Junior Bulldogs. Good-time job in a game that didn't go your way as far as what you want to do offensively. Good job of answering anyway. It's always nice to win football games. It's really nice to win football games when you do not move the football and you have some explosive plays and your defense does a good job. Defense does a good job of containing them. Like I said earlier, we got a big-time matchup tomorrow night at Bulldog Stadium. Hope everybody can go out to Bulldog Stadium, socially distance, and be ready to cheer on the Bulldogs. If you can't, tune in to Waldron Bulldogs TV. You'll get to catch pregame show with J&J. That's always a treat for everybody that tunes in. Coach Brown gets real fired up about some J&J top 5 plays of the week. And tomorrow will be no different. He's ready to rock and roll. So it's a big-time win here tonight for Coach Lazenby and the Junior High Bulldogs. We're going to hopefully see a big-time win tomorrow night with Coach Powell and the Senior Bulldogs. Hope everybody tunes in tomorrow night to Waldron Bulldogs TV. And as always,